Thanks again.
We are right in the heart of winter, and if you're not sure your heating system is ready for the final stretch of these cold months, it may be time to call who we call at the station DFH Company. Heating and cooling has been their family business since 1935. Buy a complete train system and receive a free UV light which cleanses the airflow throughout your duct system, plus 18 months special financing. It's hard to stop a train, and it's hard to not call DFH Company today at 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
That's his game. They don't get back. Hayward's look at this steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marcus Maiden. And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor, hops incredible. Here comes Maven off the steal. Oh my goodness.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maiden. You're about midway to the midday with Marcus Maiden. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maiden. So sit back and relax and watch Maven.
Break it down like this.
Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And people, even if you're nervous, even if you're scared, even if you have ultimate anxiety, take a deep breath, smell the roses, and feel alive, especially on a day like this. Steve Rummage in the building, Brian Hall in the booth.
It's first off, you've got tournament basketball today. I watched some tournament basketball yesterday. Like I said, it's a beautiful day outside. But I do think that there's a little bit of nerve, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of just wanting to listen. We said it before. I don't think Louisville's in danger of missing the tournament, but nobody wants to play in the first four. Like, no,
I don't want to play in the first four.
I don't want to be in the first four. It's like, oh, like
they would put us in the first four just for ratings, Steve.
Yeah, and I don't want to. I mean, God, I mean, like losing in the first four would. The jokes would be as bad as missing the tournament.
Then I gotta watch the NIT and be like, man, we should just switch to the NIT.
I know, yeah, we should just play the NIT. But it's just so. I mean, there are a little bit, and I don't even know that you would be there, but
right. We're just saying worst case scenarios, anxiety. These are the thoughts you have when you're anxious.
But I know you won't be if you win tonight. You know. So yeah. So anyways, we'll see. But there are a little bit. But I'm ready, and I'm excited to watch some good tournament basketball today, because today you're going to get a few more good matchups.
Brian Hall in the booth. Brian, what's going on, my man?
Nothing too much. You know, I wanted to kick things off by something that I heard last night on Middays with Marcus Maben. It was revisiting a topic that we had talked about on the show, and it was when we were talking about did I want to play Duke or Boston College more? And you kept talking about the player perspective, the player mentality of, you want to beat the best.
Right.
And so I started to think about it, because I remember on the show yesterday, I was like, I want to play Boston College. It'll be an easier game. We're going to get the win. But you started kind of talking me into the concept of, you know what? I want to see us play Duke. I'm more pumped to see us play Duke than to see us play Boston College, because I almost saw Boston College as a sure win, and tonight is going to be a battle. And I'm, now after a day of thought, slept on it for a little while, I'm excited for tonight's game.
Again, that was a great conversation, because it's one of those things like you see your boy Rummage over here, Brian.
Well, I'm glad y'all are excited.
The thing I love about that situation is because after I get my win against Duke, I'm going to feel 20 times better than I would
Now that I agree.
if we caught Boston College.
But here's my thing. Duke beat Boston College, moved up 9 spots in the net. So you can miss me with all the, you don't want to play the better team for your seeding? Duke moved up 9 spots beating Boston College. Yeah, I would have been fine beating Boston College and moving up 9 spots.
Listen, here's the thing. I'm not in the mood. And I told Blake and Baker on the air, I can't beat Blake and Baker just yet. 1 minute following the game, I can beat him, right?
Sure.
As I'm driving, listening to Drew Diener, I didn't know they moved up 9 spots in the net.
Yeah.
As I'm driving,
they're ahead of us.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, as I'm driving, I'm like, okay, that's ridiculous. 1, 2, that really sucks for us to not get those 2 games on our resume.
Right.
Number 3 is when Drew started talking about the secret of the net, of the lack of transparency on the net.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, if there's any formula that they won't give you the formula to determine how you choose, then then your formula moves.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But it's odd because the net and the bracketologies do not match up this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't match up at all. Like, it's like teams that are Michigan State's like 12 spots behind us. And they got Michigan State in as a 9 seed, and I mean, so I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying if like those don't match. And actually if I'm being truthful, we're pretty solidly ahead of a few teams that are 6-7 spots ahead of us.
You know what we could do tonight, though? We could knock Duke out of the tournament.
Yeah. Oh, listen. The level of, if I win tonight and I beat Duke a 3rd time and I put Duke out of the tournament and now I'm rolling like
say it, Steve.
Is
say it.
Much better than if you beat Boston College tonight, where it's like there's no win scenario there. Oh yeah, you beat Boston College, cool. You lose to them, cool. Whatever. As far as just from a fan perspective, yes, I mean I agree with y'all there. The game tonight presents a much bigger opportunity for the post game to be a celebration with a win.
You remember preseason before we knew anything about Car League, other than kind of the little the little bit of what we thought was going to happen, and just the little things, and we were like, yeah, but we're young, man. It's going to take some time. Like if I told you this is going to be your position, would you have believed me? If I said you're going to be, kind of a late tournament entry in this season, did you think we were going to be better, worse, or about this? Because I know once we saw them play, our expectations went up. But before we saw them play,
no, I thought we would be about a 7 seed. So I guess maybe we're a touch lower than what I thought we would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 7. I didn't know.
Yeah, there was a lot of unknown.
Right. Yeah. Like having that conversation or listening to Drew, it's like, it's frustrating when you don't know. 50-50 games are the ones you're anxious about.
I think too, part of me, when I look back at
whenever Marcus says, what if I told you?
I can hear, I can hear that.
I was like, what happened there? When I look back on the, maybe I'm a little more apt to be defensive of the team, and maybe that's why. Because I get what
you
you're
were so
saying.
high early.
Yeah, because it's like I mean, in the off season, it's Louisville sucks. They're not going to be any good. We don't know. I mean, they're already setting that up for next off season. We don't even know. We don't even know who's coming back. They're already setting up like Louisville's not going to be that good next season. Okay, all right. Well, can we get to the off season and see what happens first?
Can we get any consideration?
Can we play the tournament?
Is this Jason? Jason, thanks for joining us on 93.9, man. Fire away.
Hey, how are y'all doing this morning?
They're good.
Hey, I just want to say this, fellas, before I got to get back to work. We had a top 20 team this year, and that team is still there. And we don't have Malik, but I mean, to be fair, we've had a lot of times this season where we just had bad luck. I mean, all we need to do is get on a little bit of a run, and I could seriously see this team making I mean, I'm sorry, but a deep run in the tournament. And I feel like a lot of people don't see that. But a lot of people also forget that this team was a top 20 team. So, I mean, I'll hop off here and listen to y'all, listen to what y'all got to say. But that's just my 2 cents. But hey, go Cards.
Appreciate the call.
Let me tell you what's funny about Jason's call right there is, okay, I do agree with him that would you agree with me that what we've watched this team do, considering what's happened, considering the Malik injury, considering the 2 pauses, we have enough to believe that if they hadn't dealt with that, of course, a lot of teams have dealt with that. On a typical year, this team was a lot better than we thought they would be. Like, this team was 4 or 5 seed worthy. So I agree with him.
Again.
But even Jason, did you notice what he did in this call?
What?
He couldn't bring himself to say Elite 8. Like, he actually paused himself. And I think that's where Louisville fans kind of are with this team is I think that there's just less pressure on Louisville fans this year. And I think they feel it like because he said, if you listen to him, he said, I mean, I think they can make a deep tournament run. Like, it was like he went and Jason always has good calls. So it was like, you could tell, like, he's like,
I think it was the first time caller, Jason. It was a different Jason.
Was it?
I think so.
Oh, okay. sorry, Joe. Well, Jason, we appreciate the first time call.
But it was like, you just can't bring yourself to say that because you're like, my eyeballs tell me yes, they could.
We haven't seen any extended games. Have we seen 3 games in a row without a cancellation?
And not when it feels like they're playing their best.
I think I agree with Jason in the sense that I think we have the talent, and whenever you have a player like Carleigh Jones or David Johnson, the guys like that have a tendency to step up for big games and take over. Carleigh, we've seen him do it a couple times at Radford, where they had a couple big wins in the tournament. But I think the pessimist side from Louisville fans is the fact that we're going to be a higher seed. So our path to getting to the second weekend is going to be tougher.
That's a great
in the sense that if we had a better seeding, if we were coming in as a 3 or 4 seed, I think most fans would be at 5 or 6 seed.
That's a really,
fans
really
would
good
be
point.
like, yeah, we can make a deep run. But because we're going to come in as an 8 or 9 and have to play a 1 or 2 seed in the second round, we're going to be
to your point, Brian, because I think that is such a great point. To Brian's point, like, it's almost like I'm having a revelation now with what Brian said. That's why we feel more comfortable with the 11th seed. I think if you ask most Louisville fans right now, at least, maybe it's just me, I would say, Steve, right now you get to pick your seed. I'd say 11.
Because we would play a 3 seed in the second round.
6 and a 3. A 6 and a 3, we would feel like, well, yeah. I mean, if my typical
because we're supposed to be a 6.
Yeah, right. We're supposed to be that. So if I get my Boston Colleges, my North Carolina State, I mean, we beat Virginia Tech, y'all. Like, yeah, we're a 5 or a 6. Yeah, like, you watch Virginia Tech and notice these games. There was one person. That was a really, really good point. Yeah, listen, notice when you beat Virginia Tech, and we left that game saying, yeah, but that one kid really, really lit it up. And good little team, Virginia Tech. Yeah. I got a nice little team. Yeah. We didn't feel like, oh, man, Virginia Tech, I want to play Alumni again. No, we're like, man, Cone was hitting fadeaway threes. Yeah, we were as complimentary to that good little team. Pat on the head. But it's like what Brian said, I think spot on, because you're like, as an 11 seed, I feel like I'm a 6 seed. So I'll play another 6 seed. Okay, cool. And then I'll be right. If I beat that team, then I'm right where I thought I would be. So, okay, yeah, give me one of these 3s. Let's go. Okay, it's fine. Like, I'm not. So whereas if you're an 8 or a 9, you're like, well, now I'm playing a team I should probably have a week to prepare for. In a second day. Yeah, right. Alex, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, you guys are hitting it right on the nail. It is all about seeding for me with this Louisville team. Because if we were 11 seed, I would definitely feel a lot more confident about a deeper run in the NCAA tournament. But you guys are talking about Drew. Man, I called in on the Drew Diener show twice this week and hung up both times because it's like I was just hearing just the craziest things. We don't even know Samuel Williamson is going to come back. Like, where the heck? Like, where the y'all getting that from? Like, what made you say, like, we don't know if we're going to lose 5 people or if we're going to get 5 people? what are you talking about? Like, why are you just putting this type of like scare tactic stuff like out into the air like that? It's ridiculous. But anyway, last night I went back and I watched that Florida State game. Like we played probably some of the most like schizophrenic basketball I've ever seen. I mean, if y'all remember at halftime, it was 48-24 at halftime or something like that. It was horrible. But then we came back out and we got turnovers. We rebounded a lot better, and we ended up winning the second half. I think if we can continue. Also, if y'all looked at our schedule, because I just went back and was looking at this team, trying to figure out what are we gonna do. What is this team? Y'all, look, we never ever got to where we played constantly for 2 weeks. Like never.
No, Alex, that's a fact, man. That's a fact.
Constant 2 weeks. We played 1 week and then we were off for 2 weeks. We played another week and then we were off for 2 weeks. Like this team, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people are talking about they're disappointed in this team. Is Chris Mack a legendary coach? Will he be a Hall of Famer? Look at the freaking work that he has done with freshman, sophomore, senior. Like, look at the work and what he's done with the team that hasn't. And then not only did we not play a game, but there were twice in 2 months, we missed a total of 4 weeks of practice. Like, if you do not see how good of coaching, of course this team is bipolar because of the lack of practice and game experience that we got. Now, that's not to say there were other teams that went through that as well, but then I can argue that this is a young team. But anyway, I think we'll do well. I'm looking forward to this Duke win, and I think we got something for Florida State. I'll be honest, guys. But thank you.
Appreciate the call. His energy's right. His energy's right where he needs it to be. Come on, we do need to bust Florida State. My goodness.
Yeah.
We need to bust Duke, but yeah, of course.
Yeah, let's be Duke first.
Mike, thanks for joining 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, guys. How you doing this morning?
Real good.
Hey, just got a quick question for you. I was on one of these Louisville pages that I follow on Facebook, and it said something on there about Carleek Jones saying that he was open-minded about, staying for another season or utilizing the extra eligibility. I was wondering what you guys thought about that, and do you think he will? And if he does, where do you think his ceiling is this time next year? I'll get off here and listen to what y'all say.
Appreciate the call, Steve. You want that one?
Yeah, well, I mean, out of the guys we're talking about, I mean, and again, I do hate to have this conversation yet because it's so tough to have because any of these, well, outside of Malik, I will say this. The chances of Malik Williams returning are very high.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a very, very high possibility. Carleek and David, it's just tough. And yeah, you got to throw David in there now. I mean, David's now being projected middle of the second round, late second round, really.
What a steal.
Yeah, right. It would be. But, they're both going to go through and check it out. And
that's one draft. Like, that's not all the draft projections, too.
They're pretty.
Really?
He's falling like a ton of bricks in pretty much every draft board.
If he kills Duke,
but the problem is yeah, right. I mean, you win a couple games here. I mean, what if David goes out? What if David goes out? You win tonight, you beat Florida State, and he plays well. Well, now all of a sudden he's back to the first rounder. So that Carleek, obviously, I mean, with Carleek, Coach Mack saying what he said yesterday, David or his dad saying to Tim Sullivan what he said last night. I mean, there's obviously a chance.
Carleek makes sense, though, just because his future's not as bright in the NBA. He's looking at mainly like overseas options or having to play his way onto a roster. So it makes sense not to come back for another year. Plus, he only got 1 year playing ACC basketball. And, I got the sense that when he came last year, he was more excited for this season than he had been for any other because he was like, man, I'm finally getting to play some regular good competition. And, he might want another year of that.
Now, I will say this, as odd as this is going to sound, I don't think Carleek can get much better.
Nah, yeah.
I mean, I think he is what he is, but would you?
He'll come in as preseason conference player of the year.
Would you not take him what he is right now, a back. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he's
Absolutely
20. I think he's like 23. I mean, I don't think he's going to necessarily improve, but
why not have another life on year on campus, huh?
Yeah, like, okay, I'll take him back. Are you kidding me?
He can improve his conditioning.
What was top 10 caliber team with him back? With him and Malik back, they'll be a top 10 team. So yeah,
that's some people's nightmare. I think.
Come on back, buddy.
Mike, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, fellas, I don't want to be all doom and gloom and stuff, but I think we're going to win this tournament. But I'd like to do something out of the ordinary. I'd like to self-impose this year and just get it over with. And sort of give the middle finger to the NCAA and tell them, okay, you're going to screw us, so we're going to screw ourselves and just get it over with. Because I want this crap over our heads. I want it off of us. I want us to play in the tournament and we don't have to worry about nothing. I just want this crap over with. I don't want no more stuff over our heads. And we can get all our players back technically. So it would be like the perfect time to do it and just get it over with. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being NCAA. I'm sick of stuff being over top of our heads. And I want our fellas to be able to play. You know, it would kill me not to play in this tournament. But it's going to kill us if we have a better team and we can't play in the tournament. So that's all I have, fellas. So have a great day.
I totally disagree, but I'll give him a pass on how
it's emotional.
I can hear
it's
it.
Emotional.
Yeah. I can at least hear that that's somebody that's just like, because in a rational conversation, it's like, we're not taking ourselves out of tournament.
Mike, I almost got mad at you too until I heard. Listen, you know how people say they can hear me smiling through the radio. You know, they can hear my passion. Yeah. Mike, you were so close. But once I just heard why you felt
I hear the fatigue.
Yeah, when he said, like, I'm just tired of it. I was like,
that's how I felt too.
I feel you, Mike.
That's exactly how I felt too.
But yeah, but Mike, be careful with that one.
At first I was like, you are not calling in the day of the after I've been. Do you know what? I'm sitting here today. I was out on my back deck today, just reflecting, and I was like, man, I remember how bad that sucked last year when we were like. Because yesterday I watched the Tuesday games. Mm-hmm. And then when we were like, oh my God, they're not going to let us play. We got Syracuse. You know, it was like, and then me and you having those phone calls. This is the week where me and you were like, well, they're not going to cancel the tournament though. Like, you know, I'm not going to. And then it was like, they're going to cancel the tournament, aren't they? And it was like, and then, well, they're not going to cancel the NCAA tournament. And, well, yeah, they are.
Was it Dean?
Yeah. So yeah, I was about to get angry, but I felt the pain there, so I'll let him go.
Dean, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind? Hello, Dean. Fire away.
Okay, hey guys, I just got a couple of things. I'm bouncing off. Mentioned something about negativity and loser mentality. If that isn't loser mentality, I mean, my God, I think we should have looked, being upstanding and going and telling your parents you screwed up. It didn't really help us 5 years ago. So why would we do that again? I think that's absolutely crazy. And second, I got a question for you guys that I don't know, unless I've been under a rock and didn't hear the commentary on it. Why is it that we lost? I mean, I know we went down twice for COVID. But why is it that we couldn't make up at least one or two games? I mean, we had all. The sad part is there were so many of those games that we lost that were winnable. I mean, Boston College, we show up. Hell, we play a half-ass game, we still win by 15 or 20. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. Just answer that for me. Why didn't we make it some kind of attempt to at least make up a few games? Because most of them were winnable. And I don't think we'd be in this iffy situation we're in right now had we made up at least a few of them, because there was, 6 or 7 that we lost?
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, we were like third to last in the Power 5 for games played. So, yeah, it was quite
and I understand there were 2 different breaks, but still, I just, I don't know, maybe I'm not doing the math on it as far as the quarantine and what have you, but I've never heard anything discussed about that. And it's just from the outside looking in, I'm kind of half ticked off at tirade for not at least trying to make an attempt to make up a few of those games.
You know,
the
Dean, to your point, and I appreciate it, man. To Dean's point, I will say this, and I don't know. I'm not really upset because
we don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
ACC.
Yeah, we don't know if they tried or not.
But to Dean's point, Michigan State played about 7 games in 11 days. They were like, and here's the thing, it helped them.
Mm-hmm.
They're all the way up to an 8-9 seed now, you know, and they upset a team. They upset Michigan, you know, because they got rolling. So to Dean's point, I'm not going to go with who I'm angry at about it, because I don't know whose fault it was, ACC, Louisville's, whatever. But I do agree with you to an extent. I don't feel like that there was like a big emphasis on, hey, we need more games. Like we're third, fourth to last, and be like, we need games. Whereas, like I said, I watched the Michigan State be like, we're going to play 7 and 10 days, 11 days or whatever. We need games, man. So I can meet him there. Yeah, I can meet him there.
Quick commercial break. Middays with Mark. Wait. Let me take this. Sorry about that. I didn't know we had somebody. Ray, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Nothing much at all.
Hey, first-time caller. Just now found your guys' show today. I just got on Twitter for the first time. I'm an old geezer, so I'm trying to learn this stuff right. But love what I've been hearing so far. I had a question.
Well, first off, appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah.
We always enjoy the first time.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And Marcus, I love watching you play at Louisville when you were there. Matter of fact, I had your yearbook out the other day. I just got in the mail Daryl Griffin's freshman yearbook sent to my house. I found it on eBay and had it sent here and was reading it. And I had going through some of the old ones. I pulled yours out, and it's kind of funny that I'm talking to you today.
Listen, don't make me feel too old.
No. Hey, you ain't no older than me when I walk, dust comes out of my shoes. But I live up in Plain City. It's like maybe 30 miles from Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm up here with either Buckeye fans or UK fans, which, you know, those are real two quality fans to talk to, let me tell you.
That's fun.
But but I've been watching Packer and Durham, and they were all the time going, well, Louisville ain't beat nobody. And I'm like, dude, we beat Virginia Tech. Georgia Tech was the flavor of the week in the ACC, and we rolled those dudes on an afternoon. I mean, those guys, you know, big-time player of the year, stole it from Carleek in the last 3 weeks. Now, granted, the dude played tough those last 3 weeks and put up monster numbers. But beginning of the year, you never heard his name. It was always Alvarado was the one being named for player of the year from Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
But they said that since Duke beat Boston College, which, okay, Boston College is not really nothing to me. I mean, Duke should have beat them, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That Duke jumped over Louisville in either the net or whatever one of these rankings are.
Yep.
In the polls now. I mean, that's after Louisville done got them twice. I don't understand how that equation works. And that Louisville now is like a must-win game to make the tournament. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't see that math. I mean,
no,
I know we haven't played as many games as some of these other squads, and I hate it. And you know that we didn't get it. I heard you guys talking about, you know, whose fault it is, where it lies.
Yeah.
You know, it's apples and oranges, and we had to play what we got. And you know, we had 3 blowout losses, which it killed me watching those messes. But I mean, I get the North Carolina loss. They're strong where we're the weakest. I knew they were going to pound us in the paint. I mean, if anybody knows anything about basketball, you got 4 7-foot studs, and the team's tallest guy is really 6'8", and you've got a guy coming back from injury. You pound it in the paint every time down the court. But I just don't get the math. I mean, it's crazy that, and I think we're going to beat Duke today. I hope we're going to beat Duke today. We should beat Duke today. But then some crazy instance that we don't, and we're sitting here biting our fingernails on Selection Sunday.
That's a fact, right? Really, I appreciate the call. I definitely didn't want to be in that position, you know, at all. Again, to Steve's point, you know, maybe there should have been a bigger, you know, a big fight, or maybe you hope there was a big fight if that comes back and being, you know, haunting you like that. And also to Drew's point, like I would like to know a little bit more about the net, you know, and their Duke just skyrocketing up the boards.
Sure.
So it's definitely March. The phone lines have started blowing up, but Did I catch somebody in there saying self-imposed? Like, do we even use those words on here anymore?
Yeah,
it was
like
the point that one of the other callers said about rescheduling some of the games, because we could have easily worked our way up to a 6 or 7 seed if we had a couple of those Boston College, Syracuse, North Carolina State games on the schedule.
Yeah, especially after a couple of practices of being back.
Yeah.
I'll keep on going. Cody, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, guys? So, quick question, and then I'm going to hop off here. Obviously, Matthew Hurt kind of unleashed the wrath of God on us the last time that we played Duke. So do you think the coach is going to run something specific to maybe try to shut him down and make sure he doesn't just go off like that again? Or do you think it's one of those things where he's going to get his numbers, but if we shut down the rest of the team, it's going to end up in the same result? I just want to know your basketball insight on this, Marcus. Like, do you think we ought to run something specific for him, or just kind of play as good a defense as we can on him, but really make sure that we shut down the rest of the team? And I'm just going to hang up and listen. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate the call. As much as I know Mac, he has bravado. I think Mac thinks I got a defensive player on the team that can disrupt him. I am not going to I'm not going to box in one. I'm not going to gimmick zone. I'm going to look for the toughest defender to put him on him and make him beat us with tough shots all day long.
I totally agree. I think Dre might get a look on him tonight too.
Oh yeah,
I think Dre kind of proved himself against Hauser.
Right.
I know it sounds odd.
Right. No, yeah.
Went off.
But that's okay. I'm okay with guys, hitting one dribble step backs in people's faces. That's why they let Jordan Ward just kind of get a pass, because it's like, dude, if he's hitting two dribble, one dribble, two dribble step backs, jumping behind the 3-point line fadeaway, it's like, dude, that's a good shot.
Yeah,
you're getting your money. Birdhead Ryan, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, my man.
Well, 3 things. One, I'm dragging a little bit, and I'm blaming it on you, Marcus, because I stayed up with midnight with Marcus Maben.
Hey.
And so now I'm dragging, but I am drinking a Focus, Blood Orange Focus, your favorite. So I am
that's good. That's the one.
Kicking back in it. Yep. Hey, I've got 2 questions, and then I will hop off first.
Let me hit a read.
But it's kind of, I think it really depends on how we perform in the postseason as to whether Carleek and the other guys decide to stay or go. I mean, we make a deep run, they may want to go. They feel like maybe they felt like they got a taste of the tournament and they want to go, or maybe they've showcased enough in the tournament that their stock rises. If we go out early, they may have, they may want to stay to prove more to the NBA. So I think it really depends a lot on what we do. To get your thoughts on that. And then second, and I'll jump off. Last week, I called in and was really harping on the 7, 8, 9, 10 seeds all seem to be very similar. I was wanting to be 11, and I know, Marcus, you were more pushing of, hey, I want to play and I want to beat the best and I want to go up against the best because it can motivate me in the postseason. Do you still have that stance, or would you rather now be an 11, play the 6, win, play the 3? I'm curious if you've changed your thoughts or if you're still on the same stance, and I will jump off. Take care, guys. Go first.
Appreciate the call. First and foremost,
just tell him simply, say you wouldn't understand because you didn't play Division 1. Isn't that what I heard you say? Sorry. Just simple as that, Birdhead.
Birdhead is such a lightning rod for emotional moments.
He is.
He didn't cause that to happen.
No, he just draws. Birdhead Ryan draws the emotion. Like he's like
he's an emotional lightning rod.
He could just call and be like, "How y'all doing today? I just want to call and say what's up." And then somebody be like, "Hey, you know what? Today's the day."
What did he? I don't even remember what he asked now.
Do you still stand on the you would want to play the 1, 2, or because I think what he's saying is we were talking earlier about.
I know. Do you want to fall to the 11?
Yeah, I mean to play, which is a crap conversation. I understand that, but
yeah, but Steve, you know what? I'll do this. Maybe Birdhead Ryan knew exactly what he was doing by asking that question.
Might be
because
he might be a brain ninja
because he wanted to open the door again for me to say, Birdhead Ryan, like I explained yesterday, the athlete in me says I want to see my team, especially if I don't feel like I'm going to win a championship, I want to see my team compete against the best of the best. But I do have the increasing fan in me, that says, I agree with Steve, just line up the weakest bums and I'm going to enjoy my victories and say, yes, the athlete in me doesn't like to say, I want to catch a bunch of tournament breaks. I'm just really not wired to think like that. But some people translated that into,
if you didn't play Division I, you shouldn't have an opinion. And that's unfortunate.
Division One.
How did you get?
I didn't play Division.
If you didn't play, how do you get what I said, Steve, about the athlete in me likes the tougher matchups? And if somebody just says, I want the tougher matchups because of seeding numbers. Birdhead Ryan, I know what you're trying to do. And I'm not going to do it.
Well, on that note, before Brian gives us a little bit too, I do want to say Joe Lenardi put out today, he said Duke is playing to keep its season alive in the ACC tournament and could reach the next 4 out with a win over Louisville. The Cards will be in the field, win or lose.
Boom. Lenardi.
No. Say that last thing again.
The Cards will be in the field, win or lose. We'll probably, but but who cares about Lenardi?
No. Lenardi's been the gospel, Steve. The gosh darn gospel. He don't know what he's talking about now. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, something that's different here on 93.9 The Ville tonight is we will have live play-by-play coverage of that game. So you can catch the national broadcast, the ESPN professional broadcasters doing this game tonight. And again, we'll have all that pregame coverage that leads you all the way up to game time with Marcus Maben starting around 6 o'clock. And after the game, we'll have the U of L Health postgame show, Steve Rummage. And we are your first place to take your calls and hear live from Coach Mack. ESPN Louisville's coverage of the ACC tournament is presented by Buff City Soap, homemade soap made fresh daily, Wooded View Golf Course, and Cox's Spirit Shop.
But now, so let me be clear. Thanks to all our great sponsors, you can turn the channel on, listen to Marcus, listen to the game being called, national game being called, and then listen to me on the post game and not have to change the channel once.
That's correct.
We got some good sponsors, man. That's clutch. We're in the field either way. Hey, boys, go out there, warm up tonight. Let's go get in this tournament, man. And let's see what's up. I'm good with that. Go get it rolling.
I was just reading Twitter. This is a must-win for Louisville tonight. I don't feel like all fans are talking about it that way, but it is, right?
Not according to Lenardi.
Midday is Marcus Maven on 93.9 The Ville.
Make your life better with a new job at UPS. Join Team Louisville as a warehouse worker and be part of an industry-leading organization that believes in promoting from within. Earn $14.50 per hour plus a $300 weekly bonus for some shifts. And you might even be eligible for a program that helps you graduate college debt-free. Enjoy an active job with big-time growth opportunities at UPS. Search and apply now at upsjobs.com/Louisville. That's upsjobs.com/Louisville.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial #LAW on your cell phone. That's #529, offices Louisville.
Springtime is filled with special moments. Shane Company has a wonderful selection of fine jewelry to commemorate any occasion. A graduation, first communion, Easter, a new baby, or just to show your love. We have cross necklaces in a range of styles, from simple and understated to more decorative crosses, accented with diamonds, rubies, or sapphires. Pearls are also a classic gift. We have bracelets, necklaces, earrings, and rings made with lustrous cultured pearls in all their natural colors. At Shane Company, we're known for our vibrant sapphires, with over a dozen colors to choose from. How about a pendant necklace with a sapphire in a beautiful spring color, like lavender, peach, or any shade of blue? When you order online, we make it easy to send gifts with fast and free shipping. Your gift will be treasured for a lifetime and will let your loved ones know they're always in your heart.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Conference tournaments are tipping off. Bubble teams are making their final push. Top seeds are preparing for what they hope is a long run. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of the action. Bet $4 on an underdog, win $256 if they win. It's that simple. That's bet $4 on an underdog in select college basketball games, and if they win, you collect $256. The bank is open. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WLCL when you sign up to turn $4 into $256 if the underdog of your choosing pulls off the upset. That's code WLCL for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Indiana only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
It's March Madness, so join me, Luke Whitehead, on Tuesday, March 16th at 7 p.m. for the official Louisville Alumni Bracket Breakdown, benefiting the Cardinals Can Scholarship Fund. I'll be joined by U of L greats Daryl Griffith, Becky Burke, Peyton Siva, Sarah Hammond, Marcus Maben, and more, with appearances from Vince Tyree, Angel McCautry, and Hall of Fame coach Denny Crum. We'll break down the brackets and preview U of L's path to the Final Four. Register for this virtual event at LouisvilleAlumni.org/bracket breakdown. And go Cards!
It's Kentucky Fish and Wildlife's presentation of Championship Week as the madness is finally here. And again this year, ESPN Louisville will feature the biggest conference championship matchups, including live play-by-play of the ACC, SEC, Big 12, Big 10, Pac-12, Big East, and much more. Our next broadcast is tonight at 6:15, as we'll have first-round Big 10 play on ESPN 680 and 105.7. And you'll hear second-round ACC action starting at 6 on 93.9 The Ville. Championship Week on ESPN Louisville is also presented by Kroger, fresh for everyone, and Greenbrier Tennessee Whiskey.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, can, or bottled beer? 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services. Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming. And whether you want to buy...
What do you like?
Now is the perfect time.
Yeah, what do you like, though? Wings?
...in a home for no money down. Want to learn more?
I'm a big chili fan.
Derek Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
And that Selection Sunday is going to be presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors, Barano's Pizza, and UPSjobs.com. So appreciate that.
Mom's JJ down at the tournament says she is guaranteed to be screaming her lungs out for anybody that'll hear it.
Is she there?
She is there.
She's there.
Yep, she's hanging out.
Well, let's get him. Let's get him a little more than 4 minutes. Can we do that?
Golly, Coach.
Yeah, can we find maybe a little more than 4 minutes for my guy?
Coach, who hurt you? Coach, who made you so sad that you only look? Here's the problem, Steve. I'm saying this in jest because I have the same problem. Maybe that's why I don't get pets or something. I'm scared of the emotional commitment to the pets, right? Because I'll go from I don't like that dog to if you touch my dog, you don't know, you can't pet him, leave him. I don't want to turn into that, right?
Sure.
Coach Mack lets 7 people into his heart, and nobody else. Like I know I love my pet, I love my guys with all my heart, and nobody else. There's no room for anybody else. So JJ's gonna have to literally use his short amount of time to steal the heart of Coach Mack from one of his other players.
Yes, or wait your turn. Wait
God.
your turn. So no, I like JJ though. I think he'll play a good role in today. I wouldn't mind seeing Gabe get some clock tonight, man. I mean, just somebody like Mark Williams kid's a beast, man. Like I tweeted this out last night. I think he'll be a first rounder after next season.
How many free throws will doom us if Duke shoots this many free throws?
God, I don't even want to start that because it's untelling. That could get ugly. I look this. I never
is that one of those? It's like you can't even do that before the game.
I never like to do that, but
I know.
But anytime I go to this Greensboro Coliseum and I see Carolina blue or Duke blue, I'm like, we'll see.
Listen, I might pull a Coach K and just start like trafficking out the conspiracies before the game.
Yeah,
like I might spend the whole pregame show and the 30 minutes before the pregame show complaining about how we're going to get all the worst calls. I'll be a loser for the first hour.
That's fair.
The hour leading up.
Yeah.
And listen, not that I'm saying anybody else is a loser for doing it, but I don't want to be that guy in my brain before the game.
Oh man, I know.
Oh God, give it a shot. So do you think we see more JJ or more JJ or more
Gabe? I mean, I would imagine so, but man, I would have swore we did in the last game, but maybe Virginia is more of a matchup, more of a different beast, if you'll
listen. Huff is agile.
Yeah.
So maybe I could understand if coach is like, I'm not putting Gabe out there on J Huff.
I will say this. I agree with the texter yesterday again. You do coach to win tonight.
Yes.
You just coach to win tonight.
But Steve, I know what you're saying. But 40 minutes against Duke playing with desperation still needs a couple of minutes reset I
totally agree.
Out of David and Carly.
Josh should be able to help.
I know.
I mean, Josh should be able to give you a couple minutes.
You have
tonight.
2 point guards.
Yeah.
You have 2 point guards.
Yeah.
We don't have David Johnson can run a pick and roll.
Yeah.
He can run 3-4 possessions of pick and roll. And I guarantee that Nickelberry is going to be wide open at least 4 times out of 4 on those pick and rolls.
And Duke's not particularly deep. I mean, Duke plays their starting 5. And then, I mean, outside of that, they have Goldwire, Baker, and or if Goldwire starts, sometimes it's Roach, but I'll put Goldwire on the bench. So Goldwire, Baker, and
Mom's Nickelberry's hanging out too.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
So shout out to Mom's Nickelberry.
Yeah.
We've been politicking for him too.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And he's had issues.
He was sick.
But yeah, I mean, really, Duke only plays about 7 themselves. So I mean,
Coach, we got better bench than y'all. Jason, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Hey guys, I got a what would you rather have question for you.
I love those.
This one in a while. I haven't done it in a while, but I think y'all gonna like this one. Okay, so Louisville winning the ACC tournament, beating Duke, Florida State, and Virginia with a buzzer-beating 3 than going into the tournament. Leave that one as is. Or our women's team going to draw the way and winning the championship. I'm going to hang up and listen.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you put these men in a situation to lose? Because you know we want national championships no matter what. Steve, what do you think?
So the text line, we desperately need to work on forcing turnovers and run it in transition next year.
What say you, Brian?
I mean, I don't like being put in this boat, but I'm with you. I mean, a national championship's a national championship. You don't turn down national championships.
Well,
Coach K played Williams more tonight.
Men's wins to get a women's championship.
Glad to know we work with
it.
Pigs. Okay, so
the women would do the same for us. All right, they would sacrifice some wins for us if we could win a championship.
Yes, that is a great point. That is a great point. They would sacrifice as well.
Florida State and Virginia back-to-back games.
Florida State, Duke, Duke, Florida State, and Virginia on your way to a conference championship. Give me my championship. You know that, Steve. Don't be that way. You would enjoy it all the way home. Brian, I think this is a good time to play it out.
Well, let me tell you,
it's a great time to play it out.
Yeah, I would win a national championship no matter what, but a men's Final Four run this year would be just the fan base. It would be incredible.
Let me just say something real loser. Well, they're just going to take it away anyway. Going to retroactively say the FBI helped Rick Pitino, who helped Malik Williams play 2 games, so that makes anybody Rick ever recruited ineligible. Jeez. I shouldn't have said
Final Four run would be more fun.
Birdhead Ryan, everything was going fine until you called.
That's fair.
Then everybody got emotional.
That's true.
Middays with Marcus Maven rolling along on 93.9 The Ville.
Looking for a big diamond? Genesis Diamonds introduces our Elite Collection. These are large, rare diamonds in the top 1% of the world. 3 carat, 4 carat, 5 carat, up to 10 carat precious diamonds for the most discriminating buyers who appreciate quality. Genesis owners travel worldwide, tapping a vast network of diamond cutters, carefully hand-selecting each of these remarkable diamonds. We invite you to view this premium collection of GIA-certified diamonds, rounds, cushion cuts, emerald cuts, even fancy colored diamonds in size and quality never before seen here. And to showcase these exquisite stones, only Genesis has the finest handcrafted rings from all the world-class designers. If this is the year you're upgrading her original diamond, or you just want to go big for the first time, no need to travel to New York or Los Angeles or Antwerp. Genesis Diamonds' elite collection of large, precious diamonds is here in Louisville. Genesis Diamonds, where Louisville gets engaged. Shelbyville Road Plaza.
Conference tournaments are tipping off. Bubble teams are making their final push. Top seeds are preparing for what they hope is a long run. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of the action. Bet $4 on an underdog, win $256 if they win. It's that simple. That's bet $4 on an underdog in select college basketball games, and if they win, you collect $256. The bank is open. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WLCL when you sign up to turn $4 into $256 if the underdog of your choosing pulls off the upset. That's code WLCL for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Indiana only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hall. The Sports Center update brought to you by Which Wich. Get the ESPN Louisville special, a large Wich for only $6.80. Which Wich, superior sandwiches. Yesterday in the first round of the ACC tournament, Duke beat Boston College 86-51, setting up a third matchup between the Cards and the Blue Devils. Coach Mack spoke with the media yesterday and talked about avoiding mistakes.
We made some mistakes in the Virginia game that if we are going to advance both in the ACC tournament and any type of postseason, that we have to clean up. We have some guys that have, haven't played college basketball a lot, and you get exposed on a straight line drive, or you miss a block out, or you foul a jump shooter. Like to be able to clean those things up.
You can hear the play-by-play coverage of that game tonight right here on 93.9 The Ville starting at 6:30. Be sure to catch Marcus Maben's pregame show starting around 6, leading you all the way up to game time. And immediately following the game, Steve Rummage will join you for the postgame show. Also in basketball news, former 3-star prospect out of North Oldham, Justin Powell, has entered the transfer portal after just one season at Auburn. The 6'6" freshman guard has not played since January 2nd due to a concussion. Powell is currently averaging about 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists in 30 minutes of action for the Tigers. And last but certainly not least, the number 9 ranked Louisville baseball team defeated Murray State yesterday 8-3, thanks to 2 home runs from second baseman Cooper Bowman. The 8-4 Louisville baseball team will be back in action on Friday at 6 o'clock when they kick off their 3-game series with Boston College at Jim Patterson Stadium. We'll have all that coverage for you right here on 93.9 The Ville through the weekend. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
The 2021 New York Life ACC Tournament. Round 2 today.
Coverage begins tonight at 6 o'clock on 93.9 The Ville.
Are cataracts preventing you from seeing the world as you should? Brightly, clearly, and vividly? Choose cataract surgery at Dr. Black's Eye Associates. Our skilled eye surgeons will develop an eye care plan just for you. In minutes, our procedure can painlessly restore your vision. Are you ready to change the way you see life forever? Schedule a cataract consultation with our local specialist.
We'll go about 1 minute.
Call 888-EYE-CARE or visit have2020.com. Dr. Black's Eye Associates. See life clearly.
Injured in a car accident? Visit SueDistractedDriver.com.
Whether you're celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, a new baby, or just because, a gift of fine jewelry from Shane Company will make any moment more special and memorable. With the largest selection of styles in every price range, finding a meaningful gift will be easy. We have all the classics, as well as new styles for spring. Unique necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and rings made with hand-picked natural stones. You can also customize a gemstone pendant just for her. Choose her birthstone or a gemstone in a color she loves. We have vibrant rubies, sapphires in over a dozen colors, and a range of popular gemstones, always natural and ethically sourced. With our superior craftsmanship, your gift will be made with heirloom quality that's guaranteed for life. Best of all, it'll remind her of you. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. Pop a twist cabbage on Insta.
Gonzaga.
Yeah. Yeah, you can play around like that with BYU. See if you do it with a
Louisville.
Yeah, Pick one of many select college basketball underdogs for your shot at winning $256, and all it takes is a $4 bet. There's no better way to put your college basketball knowledge to the test than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. Don't worry, if college basketball isn't for you, DraftKings Sportsbook offers great odds and promotions on golf, hockey, and so much more. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, so you can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code WLCL when you sign up to turn $4 into $256. If the underdog of your choosing pulls off the upset, that's code WLCL to turn $4 into $256 for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. You must be 21 or older, Indiana only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Just heard that what was that last thing Lenardi said, Steve? Referring to Louisville?
They're in tonight, win or lose.
Oh, okay. I just cried. I was just looking at this tweet. It says, I heard Rummage rooting for that 11 seed.
I'll take it.
Hope they get it. I just don't subscribe to what Lenardi is saying. Lenardi is also the bottom of the barrel in accuracy and had U of L and UK playing last year for like 3 weeks when it was literally impossible.
Tick, 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 like clockwork. Well, if you don't like Lenardi, then now you can look at the other guys that I've been looking at that also say they're in. So take your pick.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Either way, Louisville fans will probably be fine, and you can watch your team play in the NCAA tournament. But I will say what I said at the beginning. I like the 11 seed. I don't want to play in the first four, though. I don't want to play in the first four. Okay. Oh. Yeah. I don't want to play in the first four. I have no interest in being, and if they have to, they have to, but it's just like, that extra game, and they don't feel like tournament games. I mean, like when you watch them, they've always tried to sell them that way.
Yeah, this is the tournament starts here.
Yeah, and it's like, no, it doesn't. Tournament starts on, even though this year's kind of whacked up because I think the first four is like on Thursday, and then the first two rounds are on Saturday and Sunday.
I don't want to be in the play-in game, Steve.
No, me either. I have no interest in the playing game.
Self-imposed. Okay, give me the bench player that you would most like to see go from 5 minutes to 25 minutes.
Well, it's odd because if you're going to say bench player, let's take one bench guy and let's move them up and let's put 6 starters technically.
Quinn.
Because Quinn started last game.
Okay,
he might start again tonight.
So who did he start over?
Dre Davis. So that's why I'm saying, like,
okay, Dre's a starter, Quinn's a starter.
I think those 6.
Okay, Dre's a starter, Quinn's a starter.
Because it would be silly for me to say Dre.
Let's rank. What we got? Actually, think about this. We'll rank the playing time for the bench that you would like to see get 25 minutes instead of 5.
Okay.
Chris, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
What's up, Maimon Rummage?
What's going on, man?
Hey, I got to put a disclaimer on this. I've never played D1 basketball, and I was never recruited to D1 football, but I'm going to take a stab at this.
No, you're not allowed to give an opinion if you didn't.
Yeah, I never got recruited D1 football or played D1 basketball, so I'm just going to take a stab at this in the dark.
I'm listening.
First of all, did you see what they did to the last team who at Louisville crossed their chest in North Carolina? They treated our girls horribly on the free throw line. So when you say, I'm going to start this, y'all need to go ahead and start that because we need some love from there. Secondly, y'all tell me all the time that Mac and the boys listen to this, so I'm going to speak this into existence. They have to play JJ tonight. JJ's the one guy that Hurt can't take in the post and abuse, and he can't shoot over top of. JJ will be the secret tonight to help us with Hurt, where he at least has to shoot higher than he does when DJ's guarding him or when Dre's guarding him. JJ's the secret tonight. I'll get off and I'll listen to you.
Listen, I do appreciate the call. Okay, Steve, let's hit with some and listen, I just don't want to get on record whining about the refs already. That's all that is. I don't feel like dealing with the aggravation. I just want to do my pregame show and get ready. Okay, Steve. Starting at number 1, minutes you'd like to see closer to 25 than 5. Bench player. Brian, I want you on this one too. And jump in here. Feel free to jump in here too. The phone lines are open. 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. Oh, I messed up on the YouTube. Okay, Steve, I'm listening.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. Of course, I would go with JJ because I think JJ can bring a lot to the table. I think that he can add. For one, I think he plays good defense in the post.
JJ's your number 1.
Yeah, he's my number 1 because I thought that he was good last time we played Duke. There was that first kind of fill it out thing where Williams kind of went at him, and after that, JJ was fine. You know, and to me,
do you like his defense more offense? Like, is that why you're picking him?
It's close. I like his defense in the post. I like his rebounding ability. He doesn't look body-wise like a guy that's going to rip rebounds down.
But even if you told him, you're going to be the king of tip-outs.
Yeah.
You need to be the king of tip-outs.
Yeah.
On the offensive end.
Yeah.
And he just goes straight up in the air. He just reminds me so much of how Tobias Hopper would just go vertical.
I know.
He'd just take the ball, go vertical. He would try to do it quick. That's an efficient guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not rooting for JJ on this one. I'm being Carleek right now.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a guy who goes from touch the basketball to dunk in 2.1.
Right.
If I'm David, he can catch the ball and go up with it. You know what I'm saying? He's at least going vertical. So I know what you're saying right there. I don't know if he's my number 1 guy just yet, but we made Quinn and DeAndre are start.
Because I mean, those 6 have been playing.
Okay,
that was going to be my debate too. Those
six have been playing.
Okay, I don't know if you heard that. We put DeAndre Davis and Quinn as starter group, so they don't count. Who's your number 1 you'd like to see 25 minutes from off the bench?
I mean, it's hard because we only played 6 guys last game, and he just named the one guy that did.
I know.
I mean, I guess we could throw.
Okay.
Well, there's really only 3.
If you found out Gabe,
it's either Gabe, JJ, or Nickelberry are the only 3 that aren't included in the guys that are getting all the playing time.
Not Aiden.
Oh, and Aiden. Forgot about him. So since
Aiden, listen,
JJ,
not Charles.
Listen, Charles is on there. Aiden, we probably won't ever see Aiden again. So we'll just leave it at that.
All right.
Okay.
So now that you throw Minlin in there, I'm between Minlin and Gabe. I agree with Steve with JJ. I think
so. JJ's your number 1.
What?
JJ's your number 1. You'd like to see 25 minutes.
Yeah. I think JJ's capable of doing it. I think definitely with Malik going down again, that he is the guy that's got to step up off the bench because he has the most potential of those guys. I mean, so I'm with Steve in that sense, but just for argument's sake, I'm gonna say that Minlin starts to get his act together, and that's that he starts becoming the player that we thought we were getting when he grad transferred here, in the sense that he's dealt with a lot of different things. He was one of the COVID breaks.
So Charles is your number 2?
Do what?
Charles is your number 2 behind JJ?
Yeah, I'm gonna put him at number 2 right now. I've debated between him and Gabe, and I like Gabe, and I do think that Gabe will be good. But if we're talking 20 to 25 minutes a game, I don't want Gabe out there 20 to 25 minutes a game. I like him in the 10 to 15 minutes a game, but I think Minlin is a guy that could work his way into 20 minutes if he ever gets back to his old form.
Who do you think is a better shooter, Josh or Charles?
Josh.
Who do you think is a better defender, Josh or Charles?
Josh. Isn't that crazy?
No,
but at the same time, I still think Minlin has more upside.
Because of what? His strength?
Experience.
Okay.
Because
you mean upside in the short term. Upside in the short term.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I would want Nickelberry long term if we were talking about next season and all that. I'm talking strictly about we're playing the ACC tournament tonight, and we start March Madness next week. So I think Minlin, with his experience, because we miss a lot of that with Malik Williams and guys like that. And Carleek's great, as a senior leader, but outside of Carleek, we don't really have a leader. And I'm not saying that Minlin could step into that role, but just having a fifth-year guy out there, just been there, done that before guy. I'm going to throw Minlin in there.
Okay, let me do this with you, Steve. Virginia Carleek wasn't good.
Yeah, right.
Virginia David was not good.
Absolutely. David hasn't been real good since he came back.
Right.
From Strat. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Freshman of the year, Jalen Withers has been playing much better.
Yeah.
DeAndre Davis has been playing pretty good, holding down the fort.
Yeah.
Okay. When still kind of you need more effect on the game. Sam been playing good.
Yeah.
In the inside. So our inside game, we would say been pretty strong.
Yeah.
Right. What if I said Josh being the cooler for David and Carleek is more important than JJ? Because
you're preaching to the choir. Josh would have been my clear cut number 2. I still would say JJ's number 1 because I think JJ has shown throughout the year he can make a difference on games.
Okay, so you're more confident in JJ because you've seen him, but being able to cool
Josh is number 2 for me.
Yeah, being able to and I see. I'm thinking if I get pressure David or pressure Carleek again, Josh would probably be my number 1.
Yeah,
but he would have to take the ball to the basket, son.
He's such a good athlete.
That's what I'm saying. Like such a good athlete. He's locked up, man. He won't go to the basket. You know what I'm saying? He won't take advantage of his opportunities to go to the basket. And like you remember when he was shooting and they were like going down and barely coming out, and then he started like getting a little more perfect with his form, and you're like, no, you got to just let that thing go and damn near put your, whatever your 3-point sign is, like you almost got to go back to let it go and do your sign in the air kind of, thing. Cause that's when they were going in, when he was just, so you're like, I just need a guard. I need a guard to be ready to spell Carleek and David.
Do you think it's Mac's goal to expand the lineup a little bit and go deeper than he did in the last game? Because he played 6 guys the whole game.
If he listened to us,
that's what 7 or 8. That's what we're trying to figure out right now. You know what I'm saying?
Just stick at 6.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're going to find out with Coach down the stretch. I mean that's what we're still learning in year 3 because this is only year 1. We got 1 game in the tournament. Okay, year 2 we didn't see the tournament. Year 3 now this is kind of the year's been jacked up. But we're still learning as a fan base because, with Coach Pitino, we knew come tournament time, you're going to get about 7. Like this is where we're going. This is how we're going to do it. With Coach Mack, I don't know. I mean, he may be happy with.
But also, it's one of those things like Coach is going to have to meet me halfway because it's like, Coach, you're going to have to be a conditioning freak if you're going to go with 7. But maybe this year they're not in the shape like conditioning freak shape because of the COVID pauses and all that stuff. Like. Maybe he just feels like giving them 40 minutes a game all year.
Yeah.
Is, by tournament time, they're used to doing 40 minutes and then some,
Sure.
We talked about that a couple weeks back. We talked about the 2 COVID pauses might actually benefit us come NCAA tournament time because probably everybody's had it. But at the same time, we've got a couple different we had a mid-February break for 2.5 weeks that other teams, didn't have.
The reason I thought JJ, when I bought the stock, I thought he was going to have a big time dunk is because he looks fresh. Like, to your point, like not even playing these guys and being on all these pauses, your joints right now, they probably, Louisville should probably have the best joints in the ACC.
Yeah.
Because they had, listen, each game does a lot of damage on your body.
Yeah.
And JJ's a late starter in basketball anyway. So he's probably like, him and Aiden, they probably still, their bones still don't crack yet, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know.
They probably got some real good, okay. Tyler says Sam needs to get 10 shots up tonight.
10 shots for Sam? Yeah.
I was saying this to Drew earlier. Here's the thing. Pre-game conversation with Sam and David. Give them a defensive assignment and give them a rebound number. And say, hey, David, I'm going to put you, you know what I'm saying? Anytime you switch on Hurt, if it goes below 12 seconds on the shot clock, you don't switch.
Okay.
Right? Just give him something to lock in on the defense thing and say, we're going to win and lose if you give us 10 rebounds, and less than 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
I would say that to David. Don't even say anything about his offense at all.
Right.
Sam. I would go to him just with a good silly number. Sam, can you give me 14 rebounds?
Sure.
Just Sam. Like almost like the parent. Sam, you say this to Elijah. Hey, Elijah, I'll take you to the mall or whatever if you go get 14 rebounds. And you just see how a kid just is locked into that certain goal.
Yeah.
So it's like, Sam, go get me 14 rebounds and we'll be in the next round.
Yes. Yeah, and points will come.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Sam and David are the
rebounds.
2 players that I'm talking about that I would talk to about. Y'all are so naturally gifted that the only thing that messes you up is thinking about offense.
Yeah.
I've watched y'all long enough. So yeah, that would be the total conversation with those guys. I'd probably say that to Josh, like, Josh, give me 2 charges.
Yeah.
Give me 2 charges.
Yeah.
And I promise. Give me 3 turnovers. You can get it through a steal. You can get it through charges. Go out there and I'll give you 10 minutes tonight. You give me 3 turnovers.
Yeah. See, that's kind of what I was saying. I mean, everybody, when they think about Josh, they just immediately think shoot,
You're right.
Yeah.
Just like he's a spot up shooter.
And it's like, I thought his defense was.
You remember he was chasing people off the screen?
Yeah.
And he knows where to be.
Sure. I totally agree with that.
He knows the defense.
Yeah.
Let me take the last commercial break.
Let's do that.
Middays with Marcus Baby on 939 The Ville.
Make your life better with a new job at UPS. Join Team Louisville as a warehouse worker and be part of an industry-leading organization that believes in promoting from within. Earn $14.50 per hour plus a $300 weekly bonus for some shifts. And you might even be eligible for a program that helps you graduate college debt-free. Enjoy an active job with big-time growth opportunities at UPS. Search and apply at upsjobs.com/Louisville. That's upsjobs.com/Louisville.
It's March Madness, so join me, Luke Whitehead, on Tuesday, March 16th at 7 p.m. for the official Louisville Alumni Bracket Breakdown, benefiting the Cardinals Can Scholarship Fund. I'll be joined by U of L greats Daryl Griffith, Becky Burke, Peyton Siva, Sarah Hammond, Marcus Maben, and more, with appearances from Vince Tyree, Angel McCautry, and Hall of Fame coach Denny Crum. We'll break down the brackets and preview U of L's path to the Final Four. Register for this virtual event at LouisvilleAlumni.org/bracket breakdown. And go Cards!
Conference tournaments are tipping off. Bubble teams are making their final push. Top seeds are preparing for what they hope is a long run. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of the action. Bet $4 on an underdog, win $256 if they win. It's that simple. That's bet $4 on an underdog in select college basketball games, and if they win, you collect $256. The bank is open.
Oh, yeah, no. I didn't know he was in here today for some reason. I'll tell you how far it's down.
Yeah. I'm knocking this out right now. Yep. No problem, man. I got you. Steve Rummage here. ESPN Louisville is your home for live play-by-play of the ACC tournament, including tonight's matchup as the Cards take on Duke. Pre-game coverage with Marcus Maben begins at 6 o'clock, followed by game action at 6:30. Directly following, join myself for the U of L Health postgame show. All right, let me do it again. Directly following, join me for the U of L Health postgame show. It's all on 93. That's worded weird. Sorry. Directly following, I hate you. Directly following, join me for the ESPN.
You want to start over?
It's like road out 93.9. It keeps throwing me over. No, I'm the other's fine. Just let me finish this one. Directly following, join me for the U of L Health postgame show, as it's all on 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
Can get your hair back today. Visit hairsurgery.com. That's hairsurgery.com, and tell them Brandon Lang sent you.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Right now, you can save on your favorites. Fresh asparagus, zucchini, and yellow squash are just 99 cents a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Cheers to you, girl. I know you're excited about the new job. Oh, thanks so much. Hey, is that my engagement ring you're wearing? Don't be silly. Oh, wow. They are identical. How did that happen?
Don't tell me. He went to jail.
Yeah, yours too, I guess. Wow.
Don't make her settle for one of those cookie cutter rings from the big corporate chain jewelry stores. At Genesis Diamonds, you can get her a stunning one-of-a-kind designer ring, one that's as unique as she is. Genesis has over 4,000 handcrafted rings from world-class designers like Tacori, Verragio, Henry Dossi, and others. These are designers that you'll never see in one of those mega corporate stores, but we have them starting at under $1,000. So ladies, don't settle for the ordinary, for a ring that will be yours and yours alone. Make sure he goes to
Genesis Diamonds.
Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza, official jeweler of the Louisville Cardinals and the Kentucky Wildcats.
It's Kentucky Fish and Wildlife's presentation of Championship Week, as the madness is finally here. And again this year, ESPN Louisville will feature the biggest conference championship matchups, including live play-by-play of the ACC, SEC, Big 12, Big 10, Pac-12, Big East, and much more. Our next broadcast is tonight at 6:15, as we'll have first-round Big 10 play on ESPN 680 and 105.7. And you'll hear second-round ACC action starting at 6 on 93.9 The Ville. Championship Week on ESPN Louisville is also presented by SueDistractedDriver.com, U of L Health, and UPS Jobs.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Have we done one of these already, Steve?
No.
Thanks to Tommy. And to the this is all right.
All right.
You can do that one.
Thanks to Jason and his team for bringing by lunch to the ESPN Louisville studios. It's Which Wednesday, so be sure to get carry out or curbside or delivery from the Hurstbourne or Brownsboro Crossing location for lunch or dinner. Try the ESPN special. That's a large Which for just $6.80. It's only for call-in orders. Which superior sandwiches. Also, check this out. Jeff Goodman said something we kind of already know, but Louisville's Chris Mack, because it's kind of been a conversation with the 3 times, Louisville's Chris Mack has a chance to be the first head coach since 1995 that has beaten Coach K 3 times in a season tonight. The last time was by Dave Odom in 94-95. The only other 2 times it's happened. Wake's Carl Tracy in 82. And UVA's Terry Holland in 83.
So it's kind of a big deal.
I don't know if that makes you I don't know if that raises the confidence meter, but
does that make you feel like we have more of a chance?
It does not. It does not make me feel better about the team by any stretch, but or about the game. But I still, man, I mean, I watched, and I feel like it's a good game for us. I mean, I'm a matchup guy. There's certain matchups I'm like, it's just brutal for us. I think this is a good matchup. I mean, we
who is Florida State hoping for?
Ooh, probably us. Right?
I don't want to be the team that people are hoping wins, Steve.
Oh my gosh.
You know what, Steve? Ironically, you realize that when in our 11 seed game,
yeah,
they might be rooting against us.
Now that's possible.
The 1 seed,
that's possible.
No, or the 3 seed, they're going to be rooting against us, aren't they?
It's very possible.
Listen, they're going to watch Carleek and David punch a couple, and they're going to see Jalen Withers. Look, they're going to see Jalen Withers do the one dribble behind the back, go to the basket, and yell and one.
Yeah,
and they're going to say, "There's no way that's an 11 seed."
Yeah,
that's the team that beat Duke 3 times this year.
I mean, look, they have a good opportunity ahead of them, man. I mean, like I said, Florida, even if, and I don't even really want to talk Florida State, but if they were to win tonight, Notre Dame just beat Florida State. Like they're not like look, they bleed. I bleed.
Right?
Like they're humans. So we'll see, man. It was interesting. I heard Corey Alexander on the air yesterday with Andy and them, and he was saying, like, first
it wasn't Corey Alexander.
Not Corey Alexander. That's terrible. The other guy, LaFonso Ellis, whatever.
Oh, they look nothing alike. Oh, listen, I wasn't even gonna clean it up, Steve. And I was like, let's just fix this right now.
Yeah, let's do this right now.
Listen to Steve.
By the way, I almost sent you a tweet or a picture last night. I was watching BYU and Gonzaga, and I'll just let you imagine what the tweet was gonna say.
This is the delegation championship.
We were proud. We
were well represented.
Very well represented last night in that game. And then, of course, the star of the show was Jalen Suggs. It's like, Suggs, best player on the floor. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know. Yeah.
Steve, don't say that because some people understand what you mean. And some people don't.
But anyways, and LaFonso Ellis was saying he liked our chance against Florida State. And I'm like, what?
Somebody told me on the YouTube channel I need to play that interview and the things he said.
I was like, you said what? What was good?
Okay, so this conversation, I think somebody sent it to me, or I saw it being texted in a little early. So it could be a conversation or nothing at all. Okay, we did talk about the David Johnson falling on the projections, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was Carleek or David. How would you compare David's thirst for NBA to Jay Scrub?
What do you mean?
Okay, we knew, or from what we kind of behind the scenes, what got gossiped out and stuff like that. We knew Jay Scrub.
Okay.
All at all costs.
Okay. Yeah.
No matter what number, at all costs.
Yeah.
If that's the bar. Okay, he's a 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
NBA or bust, just no matter what. Where do you rate David?
I think David's about a 6 because I think it's over 5 because I think he does understand they don't reward you for being a year older.
Right.
So, but I also don't think I don't think David is going, I'll just do second round, work my way on the team. Like lay second, and just work my way on the team. I think he's going to want to hear some nice spot because I don't think he's afraid to come back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jay Scrub was afraid to go to college, but
I do.
I don't like to use the word afraid.
I know what you're saying, but he was cautious.
Yeah,
like I say, he had academic issues before.
Yeah.
Again, and I've said it, like me feeling like I've been close to losing opportunities in my life. I could understand why Jay Scrub was a little more like, I got to grab this now. Like, I'm a hot name right now. There's enough. There is enough mystery behind me, shiny new toy behind me that I may be able to sneak in.
That was more of what I'm saying too. But even in that point, David's, he just won an award yesterday for GPA, but I think that it's David is, while if he come back, he would be a junior, or what technically he'd be a sophomore, according to what it would actually be. He does also have I didn't really play my freshman year. I mean, I played, a quarter of the season. So I don't think David's afraid to come back. So that's why I say a 6. But I think he's also going to be cautious about it.
What say you, Brian?
I think David's one of those guys that he's smart and he's gonna definitely test the water. I think we're gonna have several players.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody probably will go to the combine, but not actually stay in the draft.
He won't get invited.
So I think he's gonna listen, but I think he wants that assurance that he's gonna be, I would say, a first round pick. I think he'll go if he's a first round, if he's getting word that he's going to be a first round pick. If these mock drafts are true where he started to slip to the second round, I don't think he has any problem coming back. He's a hometown guy. I think he's fine with it. He was not, to be honest, like coming out of high school, he was a four-star guy, but he wasn't a guy that everybody was expecting to be a one and done, or just, as soon as he got the chance, he was going to be out the door. So I think he's exceeded expectations since he's gotten here, and that's what has made his draft stock so high. So he's smart. And I think he's got good people in his ear. He's a Trinity boy, So I think he'll be smart. If he's a first round pick, he'll go. If he's not, he'll come back.
I'll answer that after this call. Jeff, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey guys, I know you were talking about next year, doing stuff with next year, and I seen last night on the message boards that the kid from Auburn is putting his name in the portal. And I know his last name's Powell, whatever. I know he's a starter at Auburn, 6'6" kid. If I'm not mistaken, I think he played with David Johnson at Trinity. And do you think Louisville would go after him? And would you think that'd be a good get if they did? And I'll listen to it. Thank you.
But I appreciate the call. I'm the worst person to ask these questions, because I take everybody right now. Like, I love taking grads and transfers and shiny toys, and I make the roster 10 times bigger than what we have. So it's always Steve who has to do the roster math for me, or the roster management.
Yeah,
because I say, I won.
We'll see. I mean, I just don't know if we're going to have a spot. I mean, with already getting Cross, I don't know. I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, but somebody would have to go, and so I'm like, well,
I mean, we're already over the scholarship.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and I think that will be expanded. Yeah. But we'll have to see, because now if Carleton and David are both gone, then then it's a different story. Heck yeah, I take
you know what, man.
I think Louisville will. I don't even know if Louisville will call.
No, I don't really think so in real life.
I mean, they might, because David Levitch was his coach at North Oldham. He did play at Trinity when he was an underclassman with David and stuff. So there is.
Yeah, he has ties. Yeah,
there's reason there.
What level do you think Powell is? Because he came out of high school as a 3-star, and people were kind of surprised that he went to Auburn. But then he gets there and he performs very well. He averaged 10.6 rebounds and 5 assists.
Yeah,
30 minutes of action as a true
freshman
hurt before he got hurt.
Yeah,
is he looking to go to another Power 5 school, or is he trying to go down to a mid-major?
No. He's
going. He'll go somewhere Power 5.
Monster. Yeah,
I think so. I know what Brian's getting at. Brian's like,
Western.
Western. No, Western doesn't get everybody, Brian. But to be fair, I will say this though. Powell did say he wants to be closer to home. So if Louisville or Kentucky's not. I mean, maybe, but I don't know.
It kind of sounds like Kentucky written all over it.
Yeah, but I mean,
do you go from Auburn to Kentucky?
Yeah, and what does Cal do with a guy like that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, truthfully, it's not really his guy, So I don't know.
I don't think he gets nearly as many minutes at Kentucky and doesn't be the player that he was at Auburn.
No.
David, right now, this is my mood. David's an 8.
Okay.
The reason I say David's at 8 is because when David shoots the ball and he misses, when David goes to the right hand side and he misses the ball, I can see how disappointed he is in himself. He literally can't believe he missed that. You know, he thinks he's like, they probably laugh when he gets somebody on his hip going to the right side.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys with expectations like that, they don't want to go back through this again.
No.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, okay, David can guard, like he can physically. Okay, you ever had somebody kind of smaller than you, Steve, and you just kind of put your thigh on their butt or hip, and you just know they can't get around you, and you don't even you're not even battling with this guy. You just kind of like control him on the block, and you're just because you're so much stronger than this guy.
Sure,
it's like if Elijah was really posting you up kind of hard, you kind of just nudging with your thigh, and dude, you're not getting around me. David has that level of strength with guys around him.
I agree.
So when you feel so much stronger and faster, and you can get around people, but when David makes a mistake, he knows it's him that made the mistake. It's not because y'all are doing something. Y'all suck. Yeah, he kind of gives off that vibe. Like he's disappointed when he plays bad because he doesn't think. I mean, he respects the ball. Okay, yeah, I understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying this in any kind of disrespectful way. I just think David being that strong, being able to jump that high, you know what I'm saying? When he misses a shot, it's because he missed a shot. It never has much to do with the defense in his mind. I need to take care of the ball. Darn it. Yeah, I messed up, So I just think with that kind of physical tools, just he can, like when we talk about professionals too, he can do some things that people just can't stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think when you start getting him into the open NBA run where there's no max style structure, it's just I'm D'ing you up. I can get around the screens. Can you D me up?
Yeah.
Off this screen and roll. I'm playing with other professional level players.
Right.
Can you imagine when David Johnson and Jay Huff get in the pick and roll against BJ Boston and somebody else in the NBA combine?
Yeah,
David's gonna probably tear somebody up.
I totally agree because there's so many. Even that shot that David gets, such an NBA shot, man. When he'll find it, he'll go to the block and he'll get that bank shot up. It's like
David used the glass. Yeah, you don't miss when you use the glass.
That's such an NBA shot, man.
Right?
It's like every time he does that, I go back to he's pro.
Yeah, but here's the problem. He has that shot mixed with that whip pass.
Yeah.
His over the head pass is an NBA pass. Now I whip that pass and I got one of the best shooters in college, whoever he is going to be in the combine. So David's environment is going to be so elevated
100%
that he's not going to look like Rush David.
Yeah.
Out here with these NBA dudes.
Absolutely.
Now I can throw the lob to Jay Huff. It's not Jalen who's not really dunking it like he should just yet.
Yeah.
It's not, JJ, not getting the foul. You know what I'm saying? Just like the guys are ready. These guys just not ready. They're improving, but they're not ready. So I think you get him in one of those environments one good time, and it's like the combine people are gonna say, whoa, what? Who had him at 58?
I know
last week.
I tend to agree with you. And like I said, we're there's still some basketball to be played. I mean, like let's let him, let's see how it goes, but I agree with you. I think he's a combine guy. I mean, he's strong. He's got long arms. I mean, he's athletic.
Yeah, he has extremely long arms.
That's why I'm not really in the car league thing now. There sounds like some feet to that. Like now I'll entertain that.
How sick would locals be if they had to deal with car league again?
Car league and Ellis.
Think about how many times we've heard, well, if they didn't have car league, they'd be in
Man, if you had car league, Ellis
and Bobby Pettiford,
Withers, Malik.
But we probably should do that with other teams too. But you know, it's funny you say that, because when you said that, I was thinking, okay, what other rosters in the ACC would I not be happy are returning?
Yeah,
because all their other good players are going to the league.
Yeah, I mean, Duke will probably be they'll keep
Williams is going to be a freshman.
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably keep most of their guys, I think.
You thinking about transfer out right off?
Maybe, but nobody that's maybe like Joey Baker or somebody. But then they're going to bring in, they got a pretty good class coming in. Carolina's going to lose a couple guys. They're going to lose Sharp, and you're going to lose some guys that are just like, I'm not coming back to college. And there's going to be a lot of guys that stay in college that open up some spots for guys to go ahead and go. So I don't think okay, I meet in the middle with Diener, like when he talks about the transfer portal too, because like he says,
glad you brought that up.
I know what he's saying about how he believes it's going to be the
lawlessness.
Yeah, and I agree, but I do think he's kind of overestimating how many Power 5 to Power 5 transfers there'll be. Like, because he's
overestimating or underestimating?
No, overestimating for me. Power 5 to Power 5. I think that's going to hurt the mid-majors worse. Like, Sam's not going to just pack up and, well, I'm going to change my whole everything. Now, I'm not talking about possible news or anything like that. I'm saying that, it's like, so I don't think there'll be as much of that around the country as people think.
I think the number will be sensationalized because people don't think about how many actual players there are in college, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't realize how there's 15 basketball players on the team. And if you keep on telling me this guy transferred, all you're looking at the number, man, it's 242 people into the transfer portal. And it's like, yeah, but how, like, that's in all of college basketball, even if you do Power 5, there are tons of players in the Power 5 conferences.
I know.
So you also, you said it, so I'm kind of taking your point on this one. Just the humanity version, like, y'all don't realize, like, how many people have been in a bad relationship and won't leave a person who treats them terribly because of the comfort.
Yeah.
You want to work that out. You don't want to admit you were wrong for going here. Like, these are still like, no, people think that these kids are just like savages. You know what I'm saying? I wanted 27 minutes a game. I only got 15. I'm leaving. No, there's a lot more. Listen, look, there's a lot more people willing to leave than used to be.
Sure.
A long time ago, but there's still also a lot of kids on a lot of campuses. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave my girlfriend. I don't want to, I want to give my coach a fair chance. I want to give my teammates, we cry together. So like, moving is hard.
Right.
Packing up your dorm and leaving your roommate and saying, I don't believe in y'all. I'm going to go to another team.
Yeah.
That's a hard conversation to have with your teammates.
Yeah.
It's easier now than it used to be, but it's still a hard thing. I'm going to try. Kendrick Duncan talked about it. He said, I was scared when I was kind of nervous when I entered think about this. Kendrick Duncan and Shy Wertz were both transferring.
Yep.
They didn't even know each other was even talking to Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even know each other was grad transferring. You want to know why? Because that's an uncomfortable conversation to have. We were extra. I'm proud of us for noticing the way they treated Carlik Jones at Radford. Said something special about him.
Absolutely.
That means they knew.
Absolutely.
We called it out too.
Yeah.
When we were just trying to dig through the weeds of what, why is he leaving? What's going on? The way that coach was like, spread your wings, son.
Yep.
You are way too good. Spread your wings.
Yeah.
So we were all over that. So Duncan and Shy Wertz they're great. They're transferring from Georgia Southern. They mess with each other. They're friends on Georgia Southern campus. They don't even tell each other because, one, you don't want to tell your teammates, I'm giving up on y'all. You really don't want to discuss it with the coaches openly like that. You're really just talking to your family.
No, it's a lot, man.
Right. So, just thinking about that, there's a human element to these. It's not just math. It's not just subtract one, add one, move guy here, move guy here. Hey, pack up your bags and go to Gonzaga, So, I mean, I'm just amazed. Like, the only people that seem to make the easy transition are the Kentucky players.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, it is. It really is. But I mean, but again,
they do pack up so easy.
But that's the program. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they run. So it's like you come there with that expectation too.
Yeah, like one or you're out of here.
Yeah,
I'm out of here. Either transfer or I'm out of here. I'm a one and done attitude.
Yeah. They run it almost like a prep. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, okay, that's fine. Like, but it's just not something that I think is going to happen a lot. I do got a couple things to get to before we get rolling. I want to remind people it's a beautiful day. So get on out there. Head to Kroger for prices that are lower than low and food that's fresher than fresh. You'll find more ways to save on the fresh you love with personalized coupons, weekly sales, and rewards like fuel points, all for prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger is fresh for everyone. And let us help you out another place. We're going to get your groceries, and I'm going to get you some money. Many have been left looking for employment in a job market negatively affected by the pandemic. However, one company in Louisville has increased its need for essential workers as shipping volumes continue to soar. That company is UPS. Starting pay is $14.50 per hour. Employees on select shifts will also receive a $300 weekly attendance bonus. Learn how you can graduate debt-free. Visit upsjobsky.com for more information or upsjobs.com/Louisville to apply today. Yes, he's not with the team. He's here.
Was that who I thought it was?
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, he's enjoying his last couple of days, I think. So
was that who I think that was?
We'll just leave it at that.
Are we not going to say who we just saw?
I mean, I said earlier, I don't think Aiden would be here again. I think that's
who did we just see outside the window, Steve?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Aiden.
Are you sure, Brian?
I don't know. You want me to run out there and look again?
No, I mean,
give me a sec.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm telling you, like he's probably done. Just kidding.
If that was Aiden that I saw walking down the street in Cardinal Town, Steve, that ruined my evening.
You don't go on Instagram Live.
Did he have a sandwich?
It might not have been him. I don't know.
I hope it wasn't. I don't think that was, Steve. I don't think that was.
I don't know. But I'm just telling you. Like I said, ahead of time.
I don't know. He was gone by the time I got out there.
Great. I'm glad. I don't believe that. This is excellent. You know, you got to play some play out music, Brian. Just
game tonight, man. 6:00. You
pregame,
postgame. Me.
Be there. Be square.
Last